This is our second game of the 24-hour period. TinyMcOtter in white, TheWarOnTerry are in yellow. And here's Jenkinson for TheWarOnTerry. Hugs the touchline, beats one man. Back to Malumbo. Swings the ball very, very wide to Mings. This kind of interplay between the two wing-backs, very characteristic of TheWarOnTerry's play. You don't see much else from them perhaps, but lots and lots of wing-back stuff. Ozil to Bojan for Tiny. Tackled by Lascelles. Good tackle, I think. Malumbo out to Barkley. Barkley to Wilson. Barkley is playing a kind of basically go out and try to score role today, rather than the more creative approach he's had recently. Lamela playing as wing-back. No comment from me. Ozil. Mark Wilson. Playing as left wing-back. Possibly more suited. Bojan looks for Gomez, drops to Barkley though. Barkley to Malumbo. Looks for Wilson. Wilkinson intercepts. Ramirez, who's one of the new guys in today for TheWarOnTerry. Barkley. Wide out to Mings. Cross in. Hits the post. Don't think he intended that, and that's offside. So the TinyMcOtter formation team used, they're playing a 3-3-3-1 system. 3 men just behind the striker. Lamela is a left wing back. There's one holding player in central midfield. Personnel-wise, Wanmi and Malumbu come into the team to replace Grealish and Kamai. Here's Bojan for Tiny. Wilson. Beats his man. Finds Bojan. Oh, that's out though. Barkley. James Wilson. Finds Mings. Ozil's going to get there though. Nice ball for Gomez to chase. Good stuff from Ozil. Gomez has gone wide. People are coming in uncentered though. Here's Gomez against the wing back. Beats him. Cross comes in. Good stuff. Out by Smalling to Mings. Capoue nods on to Bojan. Ozil. Great ball to Gomez. Shoots wide. Not bad from Tiny. For TheWarOnTerry, Lascelles, Mings and Ramirez replace Billy Jones, Gibbs and Adam. None of those changes in force. They're all voluntary things. Shape-wise, they're what we've been used to in recent weeks, with Smalling acting as a libero, with licence to really break forward. Ozil. Wanmi. Oh! Wide. I guess the difference is TheWarOnTerry's central midfield too are basically just playing an out-and-out spoiling role these days, just kicking people. And Barkley, who's behind the striker, not instructed to be massively creative. He's more of an extra goal scorer. Bojan. Saved by Neuer. And so that does mean that chance-wise, you might not see that much in TheWarOnTerry, which doesn't come from the flanks. It's been quite effective in recent weeks, but you'd have to say they are a little one-dimensional. Booking for Malumbo for TheWarOnTerry. Wilson to Cahill. Back to Ospina. Looks for Wanmi, long. Lascelles, the new boy, has it. Smalling. To Barkley. Walters nods on. Because of some team changes, it's possible that Smalling will get even further forward this week for TheWarOnTerry. So that's something to look out for, I think. Start of play, Tiny's 15th. TheWarOnTerry is 9th, I think. This is Smalling in possession. But although they're 9th, TheWarOnTerry are actually kind of one of the form teams. They're kind of 4th equal in the form table, so they are on the rise. Tiny aren't. Ozil to Wilson. Oh, great ball to Gomez. This is a chance. Beats his man. This is good. Ozil, saved by Neuer. So I essentially think the Tiny's system is crazy. I think 3 men behind the striker, 1 holding midfielder shouldn't work at all. But on the basis of the first half, I'm probably wrong. Enforced change here. Glenn Whelan's replacing James Wilson for the TheWarOnTerry, and Ramirez is forced to play up front with Whelan taking his place. They've already lost Vardy, so they'll be hoping that's a pretty minor knock. So half-time 0-0. And I think TinyMcOtter's been better, actually. Although I don't think Lamilla's a right wing-back. Here's Bojan. Gomez. Bojan. Juanmi. Out to Wilson. Oh! Fernandez knocks out of a corner. The thing about these systems with multiple players behind a striker, we saw it when Vendor used it early in the season, is the opposition does find it very hard to pick up that number of people. That could have been a goal. Good chance Wilkinson from a set piece. So number 7, Capu, the central midfielder. Yes, he is liable to get swamped, overrun, overworked. But on the flip side of that, number 8, number 9, number 6 in the white shirts, quite a lot of the time they'll get the ball and the opposition's players don't quite know who to mark. It ought to be a net disadvantage. Maybe it isn't. Here's Juanmi, one of the 3. To Ozil. Great ball to Gomez. They're in. That's offside. Won't count. Ospina plays it long. Fernandez looks at Barkley. Limella's there first, demonstrating his tackling wing-back skills. Barkley. Out to Jenkinson. Cahill does well, though. Gives it to Wilson, who probably is a reasonable pick at wing-back. To Ozil. Nice ball. This is great. I mean, Ozil's looked good. I don't know about the system, but Ozil in the middle of one of the 3 has looked very dangerous. You know, I think creatively better than they have done in previous weeks. Here's Walters for the TheWarOnTerry. Barkley needs to hit a good ball. That's not a bad one. Here's Jenkinson. Cross. Good ball to Walters. Oh, went alone. Was there a cut back on? Maybe. But not too many chances for TheWarOnTerry. Rodwell replaces Malumbo for them in a direct swap in central midfield. Here's Capu. The overworked Capu for the Tiny. Ozil. Good ball in. Held by Neuer. So yes, of those 3, Ozil behind the striker in the white shirt really is looking good, finding lots of space. More than he has done in previous weeks, I'd say. Grealish is going to replace Juanmi for TinyMcOtter, and Wickham replaces Gomez for Tiny. So Grealish moves to the kind of block of players behind the striker. Wickham is up front now. Bojan to Ozil, to Wilson. Grealish, the sub. To Wickham. Tackled by Fernandez. Grealish again. Bojan. Come on, play the ball in. Ozil, play the ball. Yeah, went alone. Should have passed. Booking for Rodwell for the TheWarOnTerry. That's booking for Wilkinson for Tiny, who probably misses the next game, I think, by this stage. And I think that might be Whelan out of the next game for the TheWarOnTerry. Almost time. Here's Mings with a throw-in for the TheWarOnTerry. Whelan. Smalling. Oh, hits the post. They could have stolen it late. Wilkinson plays it out for the corner. But with 2 minutes to go, and anything could change, I think Tiny have been a better team. Whelan. Fernandez plays it wide. Ospina to take the goal kick. Pumps it down the middle. Looks for Grealish. Lamela. Hard-working wing-back. Capu. Ozil. Wickham. One last chance, out by Smalling. to Ramirez. That's probably game. Found by Paulista there. Jenkinson to Walters. Whelan needs to hit it first time. Hits it first time, well wide. And that's time. TinyMcOtter 0, The War on Terry 0, but I have seen worse 0-0s than this.